Behind every great concept, there is always a good backstory. Because at some point, someone had to have had that epiphany moment. That moment where it made you think, yep, this is what I'm going to do. Well, allow me to explain. The digital business card is not a new invention, but when we developed ours, it was in its infancy. Now, if you are of a certain age and have ever been in sales, you'll remember canvassing. So back in the day, we had to go to industrial estates and business areas and collect comp slips and business cards, and sometimes even try to see the boss or decision maker of the company of the building that we were in to try and sell them our wares. We would then head back to the office and input the cards and comp slip information into the computer and spend the next 3 days making calls to try and get another appointment to go back to the building where we just came from. Anyway, when we had exhausted that list, we did the whole thing over again in a new area. Sometimes our week would be broken up into breakfast meetings, where you get up 2 hours earlier than usual and head off to do some networking. You pay £10 for a breakfast and then get the opportunity to speak for 60 seconds about your product or services, in the hope that someone in the room was actually listening and want to do business with you and exchange details, before they all rushed back to work. Well, it was at one of these breakfast meetings where everything changed. Now imagine sitting there, having just finished your breakfast, and you start scanning the room. And then you realise that after weeks of attending these meetings, without a sniff of new business, you notice that it's all the same people, week in, week out. You scrabble around in your briefcase for enough cards to place in the communal bowl that gets passed around the room, and you watch everyone take the cards that they want. The disheartening thought is knowing that the results will be the same. And then, just to add insult to injury, you stand by helpless as one by one your business cards are discarded, either left on the table or thrown in the rubbish as people leave. You take a deep breath and you think, no, I'm not going to be disheartened or beaten. You smile and resist the urge to rescue your cards from the bin. You make a quick getaway and head off to your first meeting where you know you can close a deal. But here's the real kicker. You arrive at that meeting, greet your host, and then comes the traditional business card exchange. It is then you realise that you have no cards left. Checking each pocket frantically, breaking out into a cold sweat of dread, and playing like a horror movie in your mind is you watching helplessly as your cards fall one by one into the trash. Now imagine how embarrassed you feel, how angry you would be, and how unprofessional you look. Now, although our backstory did have a happy ending, it inspired that epiphany moment, and the birth is what is now affectionately known as the DigiCard. So here's a question for you. How can you ensure you never run out of business cards again, and guarantee your client or customer has the right and most up-to-date information about you, your products or services in an instant? The solution was as simple as creating a digital business card designed specifically for the mobile phone. Because as far as we know, no one throws their mobile phone in the bin after a meeting. Since its inception, the DigiCard concept has grown into the must-have digital communication and marketing tool. It's gone far beyond the humble business card and transformed into a hub of information and data sharing. So what makes us different? Well, it's not an app, so there's no fear of mobile data theft or data mining. We put you in control, a cloud-based solution that can be updated whenever you want. Each customer receives a tailor-made DigiCard that reflects your brand, your identity, and mirrors your website. And if you don't have a website, it becomes your website. You see, it's SEO enabled, which enhances your web and online presence. You can add images, movies, animated GIFs. It's got a QR code, so it's easy to share. We've combined a GPS locator, and the address is linked to Google Maps, so your customers and clients can find you anywhere in the world. It works on any platform and any device, utilising all the sharing capabilities of your mobile. You can share by email, text, WhatsApp, Messenger, NFC, that's near field communication, AirDrop, Android Beam, the list goes on and on. Whatever your device can share information with, it can also adapt to. You can have direct links to products, documents, brochures, promotions, videos, and any web link. It can link to all your social media platforms. It also gives you analytics and reporting so you can track your card sharing and build lead generation. So the DigiCard allows you to connect, communicate, and transact. Whatever your industry, personal or global, big or small, for fun or for the serious entrepreneur, we have a DigiCard solution for all. So contact us today for a free mock-up design and DigiCard trial. Ask about our multi-card company discount, as we can give exclusive white label access to any business who wants to promote their services through the DigiCard. Talk to one of our consultants today.